First of all, thank you so much for joining us today. In this session, in these unprecedented times, what we're going to talk about is how customer insights is being leveraged by organizations to become more proactive about delivering those customer-centric experiences and in the long term build trust and long-term relationships with their customers. Today I'm joined by my colleagues Shefi, and of course we've got a pretty great Q&A team with Shruti and John who are going to help us out as we go through the session. My name is Satish Thomas. I run Product for our customer data platform and customer insights, and really looking forward to sharing everything we're up to here and hearing your questions and feedback as well. So from an agenda perspective, we're going to first of all cover what is customer insights and why we're so excited about it. And then more importantly, we're going to talk about how customers are using customer insights to proactively transform how they engage with their customers in the wild. And then, of course, show you the product in real life with demo. And then finally, we'll close off with sharing what we're working on in terms of roadmap and all of that good stuff. And as we go through this session, feel free to ask questions. We'll dedicatedly take that later on, but feel free to ask as we go through the session as well. So with that, what is Customer Insights? So Customer Insights is Microsoft's customer data platform service. And at the core, it enables every organization to understand their customer data, derive those insights, and be able to deliver and power those personalized experiences and processes. So at the core, I want to feel not as somebody that is part of a segment, but I want to be treated as a segment of one. And that is essentially at the core of what Customer Insights tries to enable for the organizations that use and implement our product. Now, let's actually bubble up and talk about the customer data platform category. So there's a few things that come here. So Customer Insights obviously is at the core of our approach here. And there's a few key differentiators that we really have invested a lot in and continue to invest in. The first thing is the fact that it provides you a comprehensive view. So the reality is data is coming from everywhere and everything today. So being able to build that comprehensive 360 view of the customer requires you to build a profile out of all of that data. So Customer Insights, even though it's called Dynamics 365 Customer Insights, enables you to bring customer data from all of those sources, be it Dynamics, a third-party application such as Salesforce or Adobe, or different types of data, behavioral and observational. And that is key. And we'll show you how we've done that. And then finally, being able to take all of that data, do AI on top of it, right? It's one thing to do AI, but the fact that Customer Insights allows you to, builds that data gravity on top of which you can build models, makes those AI models much more effective than otherwise. And then the third thing, which is, one thing I like to say about Customer Insights is it's a fully finished SaaS application. You can start off very quickly, but you'll never have to worry about falling off a cliff because all of this data is available in Azure. So you can do a lot more with that. And of course, you've got the Power Platform with which you can do, build custom apps with Power Apps, do deeper analysis with Power BI, and of course, do customer journey orchestration with Power Automate. So that is a huge part of the overall story here that we're lighting up with Customer Insights. And finally, hyperscalable. We're working with some of the biggest B2C companies in the world with hundreds of millions of customers. So the fact that for all of those hundreds of millions of customers and the related activities, which could be billions daily or weekly or monthly, we're able to handle that in the furtherance of building that most comprehensive view of the customer with which you can do more with and deliver those personalized experiences. And like I said, all of this is powered by Microsoft Azure, and that is a key part. So the security and the trust and the compliance aspects that come with it automatically apply to a lot of the work that we're doing in Customer Insights. Now, typically, if you look at under the hood, right, at a high level, all of that sounds hopefully makes sense. But now let's look at what's under the hood. The first thing, like I mentioned, is it is critical to be able to bring in data from everywhere. right? So our challenge to customers whenever we work with organizations more one-on-one is, hey, wherever you have customer data that'll help you build that 360 view of the customer, bring it in. So we've got out-of-the-box connectors, which we'll show you in a little bit in terms of how that looks like, across point of sale systems, social data, behavioral data, whether it's people using your websites, bring it all, and let us help you build that comprehensive view of the customer. And of course, in the middle, you'll notice, that's the crux of the problem. You have all of this data coming in from various sources. They don't have keys, right? So how do you basically link up, the customer that submitted a survey to the customer who swiped a credit card to the customer who gave me some negative feedback on Facebook, on my Facebook page. So we have this ability to ingest, map and match all of that data, enrich it with Microsoft proprietary signal and third-party sources. So an example there is, as a customer, being able to find out things like what are my brand affinities and interests that we're able to derive from aggregated signals in the Microsoft graph becomes super, super valuable, especially when you want to personalize these experiences. So, that enrichment piece with Microsoft proprietary signal is something that I like to say that only 1 or 2 companies on planet Earth can do. And the first time we're basically productizing that and making that available to our customers. Now, it's one thing to have all of this customer data and unified customer profiles, but what can you do with it? And I think that's where the entire Microsoft platform story really comes to life. So if I want to take the unified profile and show that app to my frontline worker through a Power App, I can do that. We've got out-of-the-box connectors for Power Apps, Power BI, Microsoft Power Automate, our own Dynamics applications, and of course, you can take this data anywhere using our APIs that are fully accessible. And then finally, independent of the channel of engagement, even if I'm calling you over a contact center versus chatting with you through a bot, I'm expecting customers to be able to use that consistent unified view across all of these channels, and we enable that, and we'll show you some examples with how this comes to life. Now, one of the things that from a historical perspective, when we talk about customer insights and the customer data platform category in general, is it's always had a marketing connotation to it, which is, hey, we have this unified profile and let me use that to build better marketing campaigns, etc. However, what we're learning, and it's pretty exciting, is the fact that customers are using this unified view of the customer and activities to basically power experiences across every function. So sure, if you want to deliver a more personalized marketing campaign, yes, you can do that and leverage customer insights to be able to do that. Now, even for sales scenarios, when a salesperson calls you, wouldn't it be great if they knew a lot more about you and all your interactions with the customer versus having to ask you those questions? So sales is also another important function where we see customer insights being used a lot. And then finally, service. I've been spending a lot of time on the phone with a couple of companies, being able to call their contact center. And to be honest, it's a little bit frustrating when some organizations have to ask you a lot of questions despite me having been a customer for more than 10 years. And that's exactly what we want to enable customers to not have to do, right? We want them to be able to have this unified view of the customer and use that everywhere they have a customer touch point, so that that customer feels like they're a segment of one and they're able to build those long-term trust relationships for the current times, and of course, by the time we come out of all of this. Now, all of that is great, but now let us actually talk about it in the context of customers. So very, very contextual example, which is UNICEF. So UNICEF is an organization, obviously, that saves and improves children's lives. And especially in this time, in times like now, this mission becomes even more critical. So what they're using customer insights for is to be able to unify all of their customer data. And they have customer data sitting in sources that are more than a few decades old, right? However, that's very critical data, because if you look at one of the main ways UNICEF is able to do a lot of the great things that they do for the world is by raising money from people who are passionate about those causes. So what UNICEF is doing is they're unifying all of that data, finding out, what are the interesting causes that people are most interested with, and when they have an opportunity to raise funds around it, be able to go target those people and hopefully get the outcome that they're looking for, which is a donation, and being able to use that donation to do these great things in the world. Right. So that is something that, it's one of my favorite cases, customers to work with, especially in terms of the mission and what they've been able to do in terms of ROI based on the usage of customer insights. Tivoli Gardens is another example one. It's an amusement park in Denmark. Again, they use Dynamics. They use a couple of other systems, Adobe for marketing. They use a custom system for surveys. And what they've been able to do is use customer insights to build that unified view of the customer and use that to be able to deliver exceptional experiences, be it when a customer shows up at the amusement park, or if you're a corporate customer wanting to book a conference there, and all of those related use cases. Chipotle, this is another one of the examples that we showed in the keynote today. So if you definitely have a few minutes to spare, hopefully you got to watch it. But if you haven't, please do watch that. It's a great scenario, especially in the context of everything going on, how Chipotle was able to use customer insights to be able to adapt and still deliver those exceptional customer experiences, even when the stores might not be open as of now. Matsons. So Matsons is obviously it's a restaurant in the UK. Again, similar pattern. So you'll notice there's a similar pattern forming up here. Data in a bunch of places, independent of where it sits. So that is one key thing. Wherever you have customer data sitting, we allow you to bring that into customer insights, build that unified profile, and use that to deliver personalized experience. In the case of Matsons, when you show up at the restaurant, they have a full view of you and hopefully are able to recommend some beverages or beers that you might enjoy based on your preferences and everything they know about you. And then finally, AEP Energy. So this is, the concept of a customer could be a person, or it could be an organization for B2B customers. So AEP Energy is a residential and corporate energy company in the Midwest, and they're using customer insights. Again, similar pattern, unify all of their customer data, enrich it, build actionable segments on top of it, and use that to drive more sales, better marketing, and ensure they have exceptional service to retain and keep that customer and customers very happy. So one thing you'll notice here is, it's not across every function and every industry. So we're pretty much working with customers across every industry, retail, manufacturing, wherever there's a customer, banking, customer insights becomes an opportune way for you to help meet your goals of delivering even more personalized experiences and retain those long-term relationships, especially in the current times that we're going through. So with that, what better way to kind of talk more about all of this than show you a demo. So with that, I'll hand over to my colleague Shafi to kind of walk us through a demo. Shafi, take it away.
Perfect. Thank you, Satish. Hello, everyone. So what we thought we'll do here is, as you heard about all the great customer stories, we actually thought we'll do this demo in context of what we do within Microsoft. And this is what we actually do, working closely and partnering with our Microsoft Retail Store, where we have hundreds of stores worldwide. And very similar to what Satish talks about, we as Microsoft have a similar set of problems, and actually how we are internally using customer insights to actually tackle those problems and actually provide a personalized experience to Microsoft Store customers. So what you see here is our customer insights experience. So like we always say, a customer insights experience starts with data. So what customer insights comes with is out-of-the-box experience with the out-of-the-box connector to actually connect to all the sources that you see out here. No matter if your data is sitting within Microsoft sources, as let's say CDS, or even Microsoft assets, like let's say a SQL database that's sitting out there, or even non-Microsoft sources, like let's say if your data is sitting within Salesforce, or you actually have your data sitting in Google Big Data Query. So you can actually use any of these connectors to seamlessly connect to these sources, extract this data, and load the data into customer insights. And even if you have a specific source that you have within your business, but if you don't see a connector here, it's totally all right. That's where our connectors around the CSV file, or if your source actually supports an OData, or let's say if your source actually supports a web API, you can actually use any of these connections or connectors to actually start bringing in this data. So once you connect to these sources, when you start bringing in the data, as you can imagine, the data that's coming in from these various data sources look different. They have different attributes, they have different fields. So this is where Customer Insights provides not just ability to just ingest the data from these sources, but actually ability for you to apply the transformations that you see out here. So Customer Insights comes with hundreds of transformations that you can just apply with just clicks and no code. But of course, if you do want to write code, we do have an advanced capability where you can go in and write code. But we make it easy for you to actually connect to these sources, and the steps you apply gets persisted here as the steps that is now part of the data pipeline. And every single time when the data gets refreshed and we actually ingest the data from these sources, the steps you applied gets reapplied for the new data. When the data lands into Azure Data Lake, like Satish talked about, it is in the cleansed/transformed format so that now the data analyst can start acting on this data. So now I'm going to get into, once I've brought in data from all these various different data sources, like we always say, Customer Insights isn't the business of identifying keys where keys don't exist. So what this means is different data assets may have a common key that actually ties these records together, but in most of the times there isn't a common key that actually stitches all these records together. So this is where, using the power of AI and machine learning, Customer Insights first and foremost maps this data that you bring in into a common data model, which helps us apply out-of-the-box insights and out-of-the-box intelligence with respect to mapping and matching these records together. Of course, you actually get out-of-the-box recommendations with respect to what those match rules are. At the same time, this is a highly configurable experience where you can actually start defining any complex match rules that you actually want to set up. So as you can see here, I can come in and say, I want to do a match here with respect to name, with, let's say, if it's for a financial use case like Satish is talking about, I want to do a matching with a high precision, with, let's say, a specific custom position value. So although it's a SaaS service, we actually make available highly configurable experiences which you can actually use in a self-serve fashion to set up the Customer Insights. So once you bring in all this data, once you set up your match criteria and create your unified profiles, now you're going to actually get more insights from this profile. So this is where first and foremost what Satish talks about with respect to enrichment comes in. So this is where, as Microsoft, we make available enrichments with respect to brand affinity and interest, similar to what Satish talked about, which is the aggregated insights that we make available, which you can append to your customer data. And no matter how you look at it, even in the case of Microsoft, right? So customer data is sparse, but there are providers that's out there, be it Microsoft with respect to providing the data from Microsoft Graph, or even third-party providers like BleedSpace that you see here, Civic Science Informatica, that we're actually partnering with to make it easy for you to actually enrich your customer profile with additional data that's available within these third-party ecosystem that's out here. So in this specific case, since the goal for Microsoft Store was to actually bring all the data with brand affinity and interest from our for our brands and also for our competition, this is a very easy and seamless experience wherein the business analyst could come in here, could figure out the brands that they actually care about, could set up the brand affinity, the interest, could specify the input for what each of those looks like, and basically set this up and run this experience. Once this executes, as you can see here for each profile, one, you see the unified profile as I talked about before when the data is coming in from the various data sources. At the same time, you can also see the unified activity timeline, which actually outlines all the activity that's happened for this customer in context of the interaction that this customer has had with Microsoft. And as you can see here, there is interactions or there's activities around the survey system, the ticketing, the complaints, the transactions, the purchases, everything nicely stitched together with the 360-degree view. And like Satish was talking about before, now this is available to not just marketing campaign, but actually for a sales agent or a store associates that dealing with the customer can get the 360-degree view of the customer. At the same time, if this customer calls up our support agent, the customer also gets a 360-degree view. The service agent has a 360-degree view to provide a personalized experience to the customer. At the same time, as you can see here, the interest and brand affinity that we just configured is now available for each profile. And if I'm a marketing analyst that's actually trying to create a segment of all customers that are interested in, let's say, coupons and have affinity to Xbox, I can use these interests that Microsoft, this brand affinity and interest that Microsoft makes available out of the box, and using the seamless experience that we have within Customer Insights, create these segments. So what you see out here is a rich query head on top of this unified profile, which you can use to query the graph and create the segment of users or the segment of customers that you want to actually target, be it through marketing campaigns or even through ad platforms of the like to engage with the customer. So one of the few of the new capabilities that we actually want to talk about is around the intelligence that actually we have made available within Customer Insights. So once you have unified the data for a customer, created the data estate, which actually has all your unified profile stitched together nicely with all the activities, where else to go than actually this unified data estate to create a model and actually predict, let's say, subscription churn. So what you see out here is an experience that we make available on top of Customer Insights. And you can see here the customer can come in here. You can quickly go through and create an experience with respect to predictions that we do in CI. And as you can see, once a customer configures this, once retail was able to set this up, it actually gives me results with respect to what does the prediction output looks like with respect to, is the customer going to churn? If the customer is indeed going to churn, it's high time that actually react and actually interact with this customer, be it through promo code, be it through personalized experiences to actually try to retain the customer. At the same time, when we start doing predictions and giving model outputs, giving more insights into what's influencing these predictions is highly valuable for a customer with respect to taking meaningful action. So we also give you a key influential factor that actually influenced what and how the churn score came out to be. And that's what you see out here. So once you have all these insights that's available from Customer Insights, we get into how do you activate these insights. So this is where, like Satish talked about before, Customer Insights comes with out-of-the-box integrations to Microsoft first party and also third-party sources, be it creating reports, like let's say you want to take this data into Power BI and actually create the report, seamless experience for you to actually create those reports using Power BI. Or you want to create a quick clienteling application with Power Apps, so ability for you to actually quickly integrate with Customer Insights, get these insights, create a Power App for your agent that is standing in a shop floor. Or let's say you actually use Teams, so ability to actually consume this data directly within Teams, sales experience, marketing experience, ability to directly export the segment that we just saw through Dynamics 365 for marketing to actually run a marketing campaign, and how seamless and easy it is to actually run those campaigns. Last but not the least, ability to not just integrate with Microsoft assets, but also integrate with third-party like LiveRamp that you see out here, wherein you can actually directly take these segments, export from Customer Insights into LiveRamp, and activate these customer profiles through the various digital, social, or TV ecosystem. Last but not the least, ability to also export this to other Microsoft assets, like let's say you have a third-party system that you use and you don't see out here, you can actually use either our APIs to directly integrate with that system, or even using an export to Azure Blob and then taking the CSV files and directly integrating with any of those systems is also what we make easy for you to do. So what I want to do right now is, talk about few more experiences. This is around the extensibility aspects. So we are one of the first customer data platform to actually support the ability for you to bring in your own storage. If you as a customer, if you have a very strong IT team, you want to leverage everything that the IT team can do for you atop the unified profile. So this is where Customer Insights make it easy for you to not just use the out-of-the-box storage that comes with Customer Insights, but actually in the case of retail, what they wanted to do was they wanted to attach their own storage. because the retail team wanted to actually do much more with the insights that Customer Insights generates for them. So they can come in here, retail actually attach their own Azure Data Lake storage. What this means is everything that CI does for the customer, be it segments, be it measures, be it intelligence, all of that now resides within the retail customers Azure subscription, as you see here. And now I can use the full NoClip extensibility and the power of Azure to do much more with this customer profiles and make it much more actionable. And the same story continues on how these profiles are now accessible through Azure Synapse. And I can use it for much deeper analytics and much deeper insights and make these profiles a lot more actionable. With that said, over to you, Satish.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Shafi. So with that, very quickly, we want to get into Q&As, but I think, obviously we're continuing to invest in a lot of areas related to customer insights. It is our fastest growing application, one of our fastest growing applications in the Dynamics family. Again, more real-time investments, being able to do more scenarios around being enterprise grade customer data platforms to meet our customer needs, more AI and more insights, out of the box insights that more of our customers can more easily consume, more export destinations, more enrichments, and of course, continuously listening to customers and just keep revving. So we almost have a weekly, monthly ship cadence. So you'll see a lot more coming through from Customer Insights in our next wave. So with that, Shruti and John, let's kind of switch to Q&A.
Sure thing, Satish. Happy to be here and relay some of these questions. We've got a few from the audience. First up, Bob is asking, are there plans to expand the Export Destinations Hub to include more marketing suites?
Great. That's actually a good question. I think this is, it goes to one of the core principles we use to build Customer Insights, which is just like on the way in, we have a vendor agnostic view of you can bring your customer data from anywhere. Our goal is you're able to take all of these the unified profiles and insights to power, a vendor agnostic view to power customer engagement wherever it might be. So on that note, yes, we have out of the box integration today with a lot of applications, and we are continuously lighting this up. So if there's any integration that you feel is high priority based on your scenarios, just let us know. This is something that we keep lighting up as part of our monthly updates. But great question, and the answer is yes.
Great. George is asking, is Dynamics 365 license required to run Customer Insights?
Yeah, so Dynamics 365 Customer Insights is a standalone application. So we have a standalone SKU. So you can buy Customer Insights even if you're not using any of the other Dynamics applications. So that's key. And one of the things that we're seeing in market, which is very exciting for us, is a lot of customers that are using Customer Insights are using they're not existing Dynamics customers, right? So you can buy Dynamics 365 Customer Insights by itself. It is a SKU by itself, independent of whether you have other Dynamics applications or not.
Okay.
Perfect. So since we have only about a minute or so left, again, hopefully you were able to learn a lot more about Customer Insights. If you do have any questions or feedback, we've got our emails on the screen. Feel free to reach out. But again, thank you so much for the privilege of your time, and stay safe, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.